Hello and welcome to the Michigan versus Indiana field hockey broadcast here on WCBN Sports on Friday, October 14th. My name is Jake Singer, and I'm here with my partner Coby Segal. Coby, how are you doing today?
I mean, I'm doing great today. Ready for some great field hockey. Got some fans in the stands, so I am ready against Indiana. Very ready for this game.
Well, let's just talk about this field hockey team for a second. Michigan coming in ranked ninth in the country at 7-4, so they've had kind of an up and down year. High expectations coming into the season, being ranked third in the country, so taking a little dip, but they've kind of gotten their footing after the last few matchups. Indiana not ranked, but definitely any Big Ten matchup, especially in field hockey, can definitely be an exhilarating and competitive one. So, what does Michigan need to do today to retain their home field advantage and defeat an Indiana field hockey team?
Well, really, they need to do what they've been doing uh, this entire season because their four losses have come against teams ranked in the top seven. So if they continue their trend of beating teams they should beat, then I fully expect them to beat Indiana today. Also, the last three games, they have a 14-2 goal differential. That's about four per game, exactly four per game. And we got 70s night, so I don't know if they're going to score 70 goals, but I fully expect them to win this game. Yeah, and one thing I am very excited for: leading leading goal scorer Abby Tammer, 9 goals for Michigan. That's a little less than a goal per game, and also another key player, the veteran goalie Anna Speaker. She is a she is a fifth-year senior. She's a veteran. I mean, her goals against average is just over one. And as we get started here for the first period, I think she's gonna be key. You need to control the middle of the field here. Keep Indiana out of the box. Get your players in the box and create goal scoring opportunities.
Well, as we're getting set here, you're right. Anna Speaker has been fantastic for Michigan. You have guys like Abby Tamer, who has been lights out for them. Leading goal scorer, was definitely a focal point of their team last season, and into this season has been fantastic. You also have players like Laura Clark, who's been a great midfielder for Michigan. You have Bryn Zarilla, who's the graduate transfer, coming a graduate student, having that leadership. So you have these players, you need to rely on them because this Michigan team is built on veteranship. These players have come back. There's not that many freshmen playing. They like to utilize their players who have been here for a long period of time, and they hope to continue to utilize those players here today. But with that, we're just going to wait for the national anthem to go, and we will start right up in exactly 2 minutes. And now, with the national anthem concluded, we can finally start game time here at Ocker Field for Michigan versus Indiana field hockey. As I said, my name is Jake Singer. I'm here with Coby Segal. Coby, Michigan in his past 3 games have had an interesting stint, right? So they just played the number 2 ranked team in Maryland and lose 1-0 in overtime. So it's a pretty devastating loss for them. They come back after that. They beat the number 19 ranked Rutgers team pretty handedly, and they had a really strong corner attack there. And then, of course, they beat teams like Ball State. So they've kind of had a little up and down. And in the Big Ten, Rutgers being their only ranked win. Indiana, of course, is not ranked today, but just still, it just proved that Big Ten field hockey has been really strong this season.
Yeah, and I mean, this conference is stacked, and I mean, Indiana is not one of the top teams, but they are no slouch as starting lineups are going to be announced. As the starting lineups are about to be announced here, and in the starting lineups, we only, as back to your point, Jake, about like veteran players. We only have one freshman. That's Claire Taylor, a redshirt freshman. I believe the rest are all upperclassmen. So this is, except you have Abby Tamer, their leading goal scorer, is a sophomore. So that's pretty cool. But very veteran heavy, as you said. Only 2 non-upperclassmen, and yes, and so I think they do have the advantage against Indiana there, as Indiana does have a few underclassmen starting.
Well, it's really interesting if you look at the stat sheet going forward, from this past season. Abby Tamer, of course, leads the team in goals with 22 total points, and she's also taken the most amount of shots by any of the players on this field hockey team by an astronomical amount. She has 52 shots, and the next highest is Laura Clark with 24. So there's a really big difference there. But behind her, you have someone like Laura Clark, who's also a starter, 7 goals in the year, 1 assist. And she has a pretty high shot percentage at .292, so I expect her to take a lot more shots today. She's been hitting the back of the goal very consistently, honestly, in field hockey, which is it's a really high shooting percentage. So I think you have to rely on her too. But not just her; you have all these players. Nina Apula has found the back of the goal. Aaron Riley's found the back of the goal even. So you have to rely. Tina D'Angelo, of course. You have to rely on these players to, all of whom are upperclassmen or at least not freshmen, to say, you know what, like, we have to focus in on our Michigan field hockey. We know how to move the ball. We know how to score. And in order to beat a team like Indiana, you got to score.
Yeah, and how do you score? Get the ball to the middle, shots on net. I mean, 52 shots. There's a reason she has the most goals on this team is because she shoots the ball a lot. And I mean, your shooting percentage at that point, I mean, it doesn't, it's more important that you get shots than necessarily the quality of shots, because I mean, it is very hard to play goalie. You never know what bounces it can take. Very important to get rebounds, off the pads. I mean, if you shoot the ball at the net, good things will likely happen.
Well, we're just waiting for the teams to finally hit the pitch. Everyone is just getting on there. Michigan in their maize, Indiana in their red. Michigan in their maize tops, blue pants. In Indiana, red tops, black pants. Michigan going from right to left from our vantage point, and of course Indiana vice versa.
And Michigan is in their huddle, and they look to be getting fired up. And, the last time Michigan won the national championship, 2001, somewhat recent in terms of national championship standards. It's very hard to win a national championship in field hockey, especially when you have perennial number 1 team North Carolina, who is still number 1 right now. I believe they won 9 championships. So they are a very tough team to play. Michigan lost in the final in the COVID year 2020. So let's see if Michigan can take a step towards the playoffs here and increase their standing in the Big Ten. Because on Sunday, they have a huge game. This is number 5 Iowa. So this is kind of a tune-up game here.
And we're off. Indiana starts with possession, and there's a quick shot out of play. Michigan possession now. Bryn Zarilla now for Michigan. Out to Catherine Peterson for Michigan. Catherine Peterson working the circle. Indiana gets the ball, but Michigan gets it right back. That is Nina Apula. There's a whistle. Apula retains possession. Sarah Pertek now. Pertek to Nina Apula. Apula to Katie Anderson. And turns it over to Indiana now. There's a lot of working right now outside the 25s for Michigan. There's another whistle. And Michigan has the ball. They're working pretty fast now.
Yeah, Michigan controlling the ball very well here. Indiana has not gotten a pass off, I don't think.
Katie Anderson now to Rosie Hope. Hope to Bryn Zarilla. Trying to get into Abby Tamer. And there's a whistle. Abby Tamer turns it over. Indiana possession.
And just a quick reminder to our field hockey listeners at home, there's a flat side and a curved side, and like a round side on the stick, and you cannot advance it using the round side. So it's very important to find the balance between, having control and advancing it.
Anna Molozensky now for Indiana, working her way to the left side of the sideline, and she turns it over to Bryn Zarilla now, but there's a whistle, and Indiana retains possession. There's a lot of whistles in field hockey, a lot of change possession, whether it's high sticking or just something that the refs deem not appropriate. But Indiana tries to throw it in the 25, and it's too far. Bryn Zarilla now gets to take it out for Michigan. Bryn Zarilla turns it, though, over in her own 25. That is Kayla Kowak. Kayla Kowak with the ball now to Kennedy Reardon to Yip Van Wonderen. There's another whistle from Michigan, but Michigan has possession now in its own 25. Just trying to generate any sort of offense right now. Early on, we have 12:30 going on here in the first period.
And every time the sticks hit the turf, it looks very wet. I assume it did rain a few days ago, so I guess we'll see how this affects the game.
Actually, it's purposeful. So in field hockey, they purposefully wet the fields. So yes, we do see splashes of water coming off with every shot or pass, and that is actually purposeful in field hockey. Though they like the grass wet, they like the pitch wet, I should say. And it is taken out of bounds for Indiana. Megan Dillon, but they deem it went off of a Michigan player last, and Indiana will start with the ball in Michigan's 25. But Indiana sends it back out of the 25, just working something. Nice turnover there by Michigan. Michigan now trying to generate any sort of offense. Claire Clark tried to get it to Catherine Peterson. Got deflected. Gets taken over now for Indiana. Indiana in their own 25. From right to left now. Back to the middle. And it's a turnover once again. That is number 14, Katie Anderson from Michigan. Katie Anderson sends it back out to Pilar Olivares.
Michigan doing a good job of moving the ball around, looking for the holes, moving side to side, finding space in between the Indiana defense.
Nina Pula sends it to Rosie Hope. Rosie Hope sends it down to Abby Tamer, trying to come across to Apula. A scoring opportunity, and she's just wide. Just another really good chance for Michigan right there. Actually, probably their first strong chance of the day. Trying to get it from Tamer, cross center ice. If it was a hockey pass, it would be cross center ice, but in this situation, it was cross pitch pass to Nina Pula, just wide, and Indiana retains possession in their own 25.
Wow, and that was such a big pass because there was a Michigan player wide open in the middle. If they connected, that would have been a goal for sure.
Nina Pula, some stick fighting. Michigan tries to get it in. That is Catherine Peterson, and it goes out of play.
I mean, a great aggressive play by Arabella Loveridge. I mean, aggressive right there to not let Michigan get a shot off.
Laura Clark, high defense now, and she takes it away. Laura Clark, left-hand side, trying to get it inside, trying to get around the Indiana player, and they both fall down. Laura Clark attempted to get around the Indiana defenseman by potentially trying to truck her. That's Anna Molozensky for Indiana, and Michigan will have its first penalty corner of the game. Michigan's huddling up, getting set for the penalty corner. Believe that is Laura Clark that will pass it in for Michigan, and it's all of Michigan's players will then attempt to set it up and try to score against just the goalie.
And you see, obviously, because it's a penalty corner, Michigan has a huge advantage here. Let's see how aggressive Indiana is.
Michigan was very good on penalty corner against Rutgers, so sets it up now. That is for Abby Tamer, and it is missed. Another deflection chance. 2 deflection chances for Michigan, and they cannot find the back of the goal, but they still maintain possession. Nice block save there by the Indiana goalie.
Kick save and a beauty by the Indiana goalie. That was fantastic.
That's Arabella Loveridge for Indiana. Michigan now still within Indiana's circle, trying to maintain some sort of offense. On the right-hand side, we can't see who that is specifically right now. It goes out of play on Indiana. Actually, no, it'll be out of play on Michigan. And I believe, nope, never mind. Michigan has the ball right back. Apula to Bryn Zarilla. Zarilla back out. Now to Pilar Olivares. Olivares sends it to Rosie Hope. Hope tries to get inside Indiana's 25, and Indiana takes it away. Fast break opportunity with Rosie Hope. Nice poke check there. Gets the ball right back for Michigan. Rosie Hope tries to send it inside. High deflection shot. Almost goes in the top part of the goal. Just over. Nice chance there for Michigan. I believe that was Rosie Hope. Just quick little poke check when the ball was coming across the pitch. Tried to get into the goal. Just goes over the goal. And Indiana has possession now.
Rosie Hope with a fantastic idea there.
Catherine Peterson sending it inside. Sends it back. And it gets taken back by Indiana. Yip Van Wonderen. There is a whistle for Wonderen. And Indiana still has possession. Amanda Frank now for Indiana. Seeing where she can pass it. And it just goes to Apula for Michigan. Apula whiffs on a pass. Loses her stick. And she will maintain possession there. As Bryn Zarilla sends it from left to right. Zarilla to Pilar Olivares. Olivares to, I want to say, back to Zarilla. Inside now. Claire Taylor with the shot. Tries to get it to Catherine Peterson on the left-hand side, and it goes wide again. Another scoring chance for Michigan. Just could not complete the pass. Michigan currently leading 5-0 over Indiana. We have 7:04 here left in the first.
And Michigan is absolutely dominating this game. He's 5-0. Indiana, I don't think they've even crossed half field yet.
But Michigan just cannot seem to score at the moment. They've had a lot of scoring opportunities, just nothing has worked out fully for them. So we will try to assess what is going on and if they can try to get the scoring opportunity. Now there was a kicked ball there by Laura Clark. Nice defensive pressure. Michigan's been playing high press currently in the defensive possessions. That is what's making it difficult. As you were saying, Coby, Indiana's having a lot of difficulty trying to get it across midfield and then eventually to Michigan's 25, and they cannot do that because Michigan's playing such high defense. As Michigan gets the ball once again with another turnover. As Claire Taylor now circling around. Whistle. Is Rosie Hope. So we will have Bryn Zarilla take it back now for Michigan. Trying to pass it in. She sends it back to her defenseman. Olivares to Apula. Back to Olivares. trying to get it to Zarilla. She does. Zarilla now passing midfield. Zarilla tries to pass it, gets deflected by number 16, Kennedy Reardon of Indiana, and Zarilla maintains possession for Michigan. Zarilla out to Olivares. Olivares to Katie Anderson. Now to Hope. Sending it inside to Indiana's 25 once again. Michigan, nice possession there. Back to number 14, Katie Anderson. Katie Anderson trying to make something happen here. Katie Anderson's fighting with number 3, Kyla Kiwak of Indiana. And there is another whistle, and it will be Indiana possession. Another scoring opportunity lost for Michigan.
And Rosie Hope has really created most of these chances. She's been a big facilitator and enforcer here.
Laura Clark, great defense, forcing the Indiana player to walk out of bounds, giving possession back. Apula now sending it out to Michigan so they can start their offensive unit. Rosie Hope now trying to get it into Abby Tamer, and it's just wide. Tina D'Angelo now enters the game for Michigan. She was a focal point on last year's team, has been coming off the bench recently this season, but she has still been very productive for Michigan.
Yeah, you see, Indiana is finally about to pass half field, and let's see if they can get something going here. I mean, Michigan has been terrific in controlling possession here.
Van Wonderen for Indiana. Kai Snell comes in the game for Indiana as well. Julie Huffer bringing it up and turns it over to Michigan's Alana Richardson, another player from Michigan that's been coming off the bench but has been producing really good minutes for Michigan field hockey this season, the sophomore. Michigan now trying to pass it up. Apula trying to get to Alana Richardson. See if she can do it. She tries to go through 2 defenders and cannot convert. Anna Molensky takes it back, but Zarilla is right there for the deflection of the pass. Nice kip-up pass there by Michigan now, trying to get it out of their own zone, and they do. Indiana maintains possession but retreats back to midfield, trying to make something happen right there for Michigan's defense. So Michigan's defense so far, as we're seeing, is playing really high press right now, so it's making it very difficult for Indiana to convert on anything. And then, of course, if they do get the turnover, they've been able to create some scoring opportunities in Indiana's 25.
Yes, and what it's forcing Indiana to do is make long passes, and those are low percentage passes because Michigan's presser is closing off the short holes.
Zarilla to Apula from Michigan. Apula is trying to get the ball past an Indiana defender and cannot. That is Anna Mozelensky. Once again, we've been saying her name a lot. She's been all over the place for the Indiana defense right now, really helping Indiana prevent scoring opportunities. Another whistle. I'm now noticing that a lot of these whistles are when the ball hits a player's foot, which is sometimes really hard to get around, but every time the ball hits a player's foot, there is always going to be a whistle, and that is why we have so many stoppages of play. Michigan now possession. That is Sarah Pertek taking it out on the left-hand side of Michigan's own 25. Pertek seeing where she can pass it. She passes it in, and number 14, Katie Anderson, just slips, but she maintains possession. Kind of does the splits there. Can't believe she maintained possession there, but very impressed.
Katie Anderson and Rosie Hope, I think, are the 2 key players for Michigan to get the ball into the middle of the field to kind of bridge the connection between the defense and the offense.
We have 1:32 left here. Michigan trying to generate something going on in Indiana's 25. Currently winning 5 shots to 0 shots in favor of Michigan. Bryn Zarilla taking the ball out. Passes it to Olivares at the top of the zone. Closer to midfield, between the 25 and midfield now. That is Laura Clark has the ball. Laura Clark sends it in the 25, gets deflected, but Abby Tamer's right there. There's actually Alana Richardson. Nice stick handling. And there's another whistle. just trying to take the ball back to where it originally was. Sydney Keld will start it up. Quick tip-up pass, kind of like in soccer when the goalie just sends it up and it goes nowhere, and a speaker kicks it to Olivaros, who has the ball for Michigan. 34 seconds. Remember, in field hockey there is a running clock, so despite the whistles, the clock has not stopped. Olivaros, nice move there, kind of breaking the ankles of the Indiana defender. Michigan trying to generate something here at the end of the first. Laura Clark sends it in. Alana Richardson. Richardson bringing in closer to the right-hand corner. Richardson, nice pass, but missed, but is right there, and is a nice block there. I want to say that was Rosie Hope with the shot, and it was a really nice block by Arabella Loveridge of Indiana to end the first, and we will be at 0-0 starting the second.
Yeah, Rosie Hope again there. A great shot, just missed wide, but I mean Michigan is dominating this game. They've done a fantastic job here, and I think if they keep doing what they have been doing by playing a high front line on defense, being aggressive, getting in between the passing lanes, I think one will eventually get through the Indiana back line.
Well, we will step away for just a minute right now as we are in between intermission periods. We will be right back here on WCBN Sports in 1 minute. Welcome back here to Michigan Field Hockey as they're playing Indiana on WCBN Sports. We're just getting started to start the second period for this game. We're currently tied 0-0. Michigan leading in all categories, including shots 6-0 and penalty corners 1-0 against Indiana. Indiana's really been able to not been able to produce any sort of offense to this point as Michigan starts with possession.
Yeah, and I mean Indiana has the ball to start, but I mean Michigan is doing such a good job here playing defense.
Rosie Hope turns it over. Indiana trying to produce something. Get Van Wonderen tries to get inside of Michigan's 25 and cannot. Michigan tries to get it to Abby Tamer, someone who we haven't really been able to mention her name much of this game, despite her being the leading goal scorer for Michigan. Really can't get it inside of her whatsoever in the first period.
Yeah, so it seems Indiana obviously knows that she is their leading goal scorer, so it seems they are keying in on her a bit, and maybe that's allowing other players of Michigan to get going.
Bryn Zarilla trying to take it back out in Michigan's own zone. And again, as I said at the top of the broadcast, Michigan in their maize tops and blue pants, Indiana red tops, black pants. Michigan moving from right to left from our vantage point here in the press box at Ocker Field. Bryn Zarilla gets it into Catherine Peterson. Peterson tries to get it to her own player, and it gets taken away by number 3 of Indiana, Kayla Kowak. Brinzarilla takes it back, though. There's another whistle. And Michigan will have possession here.
Indiana finally getting some pressure on the Michigan defense, forcing their defense to work a bit. They actually have the ball on Michigan's side here for once.
Indiana playing really good zone defense to start the second half, and 6 players swarming every player for Michigan who has the ball. But Michigan is able to break the zone. Laura Clark now coming inside. Indiana's 25 on the right-hand side near the corner, and there's a whistle. And I believe, let's see what the call is. There is the second penalty corner now for Michigan. Really good scoring opportunity. Laura Clark seemed to get whacked by a stick, and Michigan will have its second corner of the day and have another opportunity to try to open up the scoring.
Yeah, Michigan on their first penalty quarter did not do a great job. It was a little slow developing, and it gave Indiana the chance to get on their man and enforce a turnover.
Michigan now setting it up. That is, Michigan sets it up to Zarilla, trying to get it a score, and it's a goal for Michigan. That is, I want to say, number 5, Pilar Olivaros, with the goal. 1-0 Michigan on the penalty corner.
And that was a powerful shot, just right past the goalie. I mean, it bounced off the backboard. It's a very hard ball we play in field hockey with, and that was a powerful shot. Fantastic there.
Goal Michigan. Now Michigan has possession again. Indiana just sends it back out to Michigan. Michigan now setting it up to Olivaros. Olivaros from Uruguay. Michigan has a lot of international players on this team.
Yeah, field hockey, compared to other countries, field hockey not one of the most popular American sports, but around the world it is very popular. So that's why with field hockey and other sports like soccer, there are a lot of international players.
Olivaros now setting up a midfield for Michigan to Bryn Zarilla. Zarilla, left-hand side. It was confirmed Pilar Olivaros was the one who scored the goal for Michigan field hockey to make it 1-0. 11:50 now left in the second period.
And that's her first goal of the season. What a goal to score.
It was a great goal. Michigan has been taking advantage of the penalty corners all season long. That's how they defeated number 19 Rutgers, and that is what head coach Marcia Pankratz of Michigan has been preaching to the team all season long, is we need to take advantage of our penalty corners. We're going to get hit. We're going to have these scoring opportunities, but we're going to stay disciplined on defense. That is the biggest thing I've noticed with this Michigan field hockey team this season, is they're getting their penalty corner opportunities, but they're not penalizing the other teams. And if you have that ratio, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the team that's going to have the best chance of winning the game.
Yes, I think one thing they've done very well is keeping Indiana to the outside. Is they haven't allowed their goalie to feel any pressure whatsoever, and they've been disciplined, patient. They've been fantastic.
Michigan now. That is Zarilla. Tries to set it inside in Indiana's 25. It gets taken away. Goes out of bounds. Off of Indiana, though. Michigan retains possession.
Yeah, and let's see how Michigan fouls up here. Will they increase their aggressiveness? I personally think they should. That they should not stop at one. Keep the gas pedal on.
Zarilla sends it inside of the 25. That is Catherine Peterson now. Some stick fighting going on. Another whistle. And Indiana will have the ball once again. So currently still, we have 10 minutes left here in the second period. Michigan is currently outshooting Indiana 7-0. Indiana doesn't have a single shot to this point, which then of course means they have no penalty corners either. And Michigan's been doing a great job of keeping the ball on Indiana's side of the midfield and especially inside Indiana's 25, generating these scoring opportunities.
I mean, they've had the ball the entire game. Like, Indiana has had no chances at all. And they've been substituting in and out more frequently than Michigan. It seems they're getting very tired chasing Michigan's players all over the field. As Michigan has the ball again.
Michigan sending inside the 25. Once again, as you just said, that is Catherine Peterson from Michigan. But there's another whistle, and Indiana will retain possession here with 9:10 left in the second period. So far this period, Michigan has scored 1 goal. Indiana has 0 shots on goal. And it has been an utter domination to this point between the first period and a half, as Michigan is trying to chase that ball. As Pilar Olivares, the one who scored the goal for Michigan, beats the Indiana defender in her own 25. Now sends it right down on the other side of midfield, just wide of Abby Tamer, as Indiana takes it right back. But Indiana turns the ball over itself back to Pilar Olivares. And Olivares sends it to Zarilla to try to set things up once again. Olivares to Apula, a common theme to this point in this game. Catherine Peterson now sending it inside to Laura Clark. Laura Clark has Abby Tamer on the left-hand side. Laura Clark just sends it in, and there's a nice kick block there by Arabella Loveridge, goalkeeper of Indiana. Michigan, though, will start with the ball within the 25 once again. Abby Tamer, left-hand side now, trying to make something happen. Leading goal scorer for Michigan, 9 goals on the season to this point. So far has 0 shots on goal today, but that is probably going to change. Olivares, top of the zone. Olivares sends it to the right-hand side now. Sends it into Laura Clark. Laura Clark to Peterson. Peterson tries again to Tamer, and it is just wide once again of Tamer. Indiana has the ball in their own 25, looking to generate any sort of offense to this point.
We got 3 new players coming on for Michigan. We got Aaron Riley, we got 4 new players: Aaron Riley, Kate McLaughlin, Tina
D'Angelo,
and Serena Bramakombi. I mean, this is the first substitution I believe Michigan has made. So I mean, they've just done a great job of being very aggressive, but being very mindful of their players.
Captain
energy.
Peterson to Laura Clark. Gets taken away, but Bryn Zarilla's right there with the defense. Nice defense. Bryn Zarilla now comes inside of the circle, left-hand side. Tries to get it inside to Laura Clark. Just wide. Laura Clark, though, really nice fighting there. Trying to get the ball back, and there is another whistle. I believe it'll be another penalty corner, if I'm not mistaken, for Michigan, as Michigan's huddling up in their right in the circle. Just trying to see what the call is. Michigan thinks they have a penalty corner. Indiana does not believe Michigan will have a penalty corner.
Think they're going to VAR.
They're going to review to see if this was in fact a penalty corner. No matter what, it will be Michigan possession. It's a nice day here at Ocker Field, 57 degrees and breezy. Beautiful day. The stands have now begun to get a little more packed. At the beginning of the game, there wasn't as many people here, but it's a beautiful weekend. You have the Michigan-Penn State football game tomorrow. There has not been home Michigan football in 2 weeks, so I know Michigan fans are eager to get back. There's a hockey game later tonight at 7 p.m. Michigan plays Boston University, so great weekend for Michigan sports. And then in addition, it's fall break, so you have a lot of cars going out of University of Michigan because a lot of students are trying to go home and see their families.
Yeah, I mean, you got professors going on vacation. I know two of my professors have gone on vacation. I was walking to class, and I was expecting to just go into my sports, politics, and society class, but no one was there. So that was a little bit of a nice surprise. We have not learned about hockey or field hockey yet, but I'm obviously very excited for that unit, and I'm wondering what the refs are thinking about right now, if they think there is enough conclusive evidence to maybe overturn the call in the field, although I'm not exactly sure what the call in the field was.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see the official call. Both teams are huddled up here, taking a long time here in this review. As you said, 3 Michigan players looking to go in. It's been a nice rotation up to this point between Alana Richardson, Tina D'Angelo. Michigan trying to mix in some other players now, trying to get Kate McLaughlin in the game. Just trying to mix some things up. Anna Speakers just dancing to the songs right now. She's had pretty much a front seat view to the game in addition to all of us. She's really hadn't had to do any sort of defense or goalkeeping to this point, and I think all 4 games that I've covered of field hockey, it's been the exact same storyline. She has a pretty nice job right now. I mean, it definitely wasn't as nice against Maryland or Rutgers, but against Indiana so far, Indiana has 0 shots on goal.
Yeah, they could have me out there. I think it would still be 1-0. I'm pretty confident there. No shots faced, no real pressure, and looks like they've decided on the review. It looks like it's going to be a penalty corner. And let's see who we got taking the corner. I believe it's Laura Clark.
Yes, Laura Clark will take the corner once again from Michigan, so that'll be Michigan's 3rd penalty corner on the day. Remember, Michigan scored its first goal on a penalty corner, setting up Pilar Olivaros. So let's see if Michigan can make some magic happen and score once again here with 6:50 in the second period. Laura Clark sends it inside, sets it up for Tamer. Tamer tries to get inside. A few deflections, and it is ricocheted out. Nice defense there by Indiana to prevent Michigan from taking the deflection and scoring. But Michigan still has possession. Rosie Hope now takes it back from Indiana, tries to send it on the right-hand side into Katie Anderson, and it gets poked out of play. Katie Anderson retains possession. Rosie Hope sending it now. Hope sends it to Catherine Peterson. Peterson sends it to Olivaros. Olivaros, really nice job today of just setting up the Michigan offense. Olivaros sends it to the right-hand side to Serena Brimcombe, I want to say. Brimcombe, I apologize. Substitution that just happened for Michigan as she comes in. Michigan tries to send it inside the 25. Abby Tamer's right there, and it just gets taken away by Indiana. Another chance for Abby Tamer, but just could not get any sort of shot as Indiana defenders swarmed her right in front of the goal. Olivaros has ball now. Sends it to the left-hand side to Brimacombe. Brimacombe tries to get it to Abby Tamer, and again just gets deflected by Indiana. Indiana's playing some sort of zone defense where they're, as you were saying, kind of surrounding the outsides and then like to swarm inside and attack when a Michigan player has the ball.
Yeah, because it seems like they know Michigan is the better team, so their strategy is probably to maybe let some chances up, but maybe not as many goals, and maybe look for counterattacks.
That is Tina D'Angelo trying to make something happen. Whistle sends it out now to Brimacombe. Brimacombe sends it to number 20 of Michigan, Claire Taylor. Back to Brimacombe on the outside. Brimacombe then sends it inside to Catherine Peterson, right-hand side. Then sends it over to Katie Anderson with the shot on goal. But nice defensive save there by Indiana. There is a whistle. Quick substitution for Indiana. 4-player switch, which is kind of uncommon in field hockey, as Indiana is trying to set up its own possession in the midst of a substitution right now.
And Indiana, once again, tried a long pass, and yeah, once again, they tried a long pass. These long passes are just not working, but I guess the thought process is that they know they're not going to have sustained possession against this tough Michigan midfield and defense. I guess they're trying to hit a home run. I guess kind of comparing to if you're playing against like a Jacob deGrom in baseball, you know you're probably not gonna string a few hits together. You want to try to hit a home run.
Michigan now has possession once again. Pilar Olivares, nice pass inside of Tina D'Angelo, getting it around a few Indiana defenders. D'Angelo passing it to Aaron Riley. D'Angelo trying to get the ball, trying to save it from going out, and she does, but at the cost of getting it back to Indiana. But Indiana is trying to make something happen, and she just throws it away. That is number 4, Sydney Keld of Indiana. Just got swarmed by 3 Michigan defenders and could not do anything with it. Just throws it out of bounds. Michigan maintains possession now. Michigan sitting inside the circle. Falls down but maintains possession. Nice shot, and it's a goal for Michigan. Number 27, Catherine Peterson, backhand slap shot, left side of the goal to the right side of the goal corner. 2-0 Michigan here with 2:58 left in the second period. Just a fantastic offensive possession there for Michigan.
Wow, the Michigan pressure finally pays off again. In Indiana playing very defensive, sitting back on their heels, almost like waiting for Michigan to score, daring them to shoot. And Catherine Peterson, the 5th-year senior from San Diego, California, has scored here.
Catherine Peterson, that's her second goal on the year. She has now 2 goals, 1 assist with 25 shots. So pretty good number, especially getting her second goal of the season in a pretty good way. It was pretty impressive. As I said, she was going from right to left, had a backhand slap shot, and then hits the opposite corner of the goal. Just nothing you could do if you're Arabella Loveridge, the goalkeeper of Indiana.
And it looks like the refs have reviewed this. Oh, no, yes, it looks like they have confirmed the goal. Yes.
They just had to confirm the goal there. I guess Indiana tried to use their challenge, saying that it was either offsides or something was going on. We don't exactly know, but it does not matter as the refs then declare it a goal. Michigan now has the ball once again. That is Alana Richardson. Shout out to South Quad, Alana Richardson on my floor in South Quad last year. Great friend of mine. As Indiana now has possession. Alana Richardson playing press. Gets a little deflection there. Oh, and there's a collision there between Kai Snell of Indiana and Catherine Peterson. Luckily, both girls are okay, but that looked a little scary there as both girls were trying to go for the ball. A lot of Richardson just weaving across defenders, not taking no for an answer, trying to get the ball inside of Indiana's 25 and inside the circle, and she draws a penalty corner from Michigan. That was great stick work by Alana Richardson.
I mean, a spin move. I mean, keeping the ball away from the defenders looked like Connor McDavid-esque. And, I mean, very key to force up. Pending quarter, Kate McLaughlin is going to take this, looks like.
Alana Richardson said, I will take this myself. Whether I score or I draw a penalty, I will get one of the two. And she draws the penalty corner for Michigan, their third of the game here, with 2:09 left in the second period. Michigan winning 2-0, leading in shots on goal 10-0. Indiana still with a goose egg in the shots column, let alone the scoring column. Quick shot and just wide. Number 27, Catherine Peterson. Actually, that's 25, Erin Riley, tried to take the slap shot at the top of the zone. Just could not find the back of the goal, but Michigan retains possession now. That is Laura Clark there on the right-hand side, trying to get inside the 25. Cannot. Gets taken away, but while there is a Michigan defensive pressure, there was a whistle. I guess the ball hit someone's foot. And it retained. Indiana has possession. Indiana sends the ball outside. Goes out of bounds. Michigan now takes the ball back.
I think there was a penalty on Katie Anderson. She was not happy about that one.
Serena Brimacombe from Michigan sends it inside. Nice pass there by Brimacombe. Brimacombe sends it to Erin Riley. Michigan's second team appears to be on the pitch at the moment. Riley tries to get to Rosie Hope, just wide. Goes out of bounds. Indiana has possession here with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the second period. As I just said, Indiana is still without a single shot now through almost 2 periods. Can they get a shot? Alana Richardson says, no, I will take that. And she is playing really solid defense, pressing up, and gets ball back for Michigan here with 45 seconds left. Michigan bringing it inside the 25 to Apula. Apula tries to make something happen. Whistle's blown. Apula retains possession. Apula now to Katie Anderson. Katie Anderson sends it back outside. back inside of Anderson. Quick shot, just right of the goal. Indiana will try to make one thing happen left. They have one more possession, 22 seconds left. Clock is ticking. Indiana is taking its sweet old time that they do not have. They have a desperation pass inside, and it goes to Pilar Olivaros of Michigan. Olivaros, though, turns it over. Indiana's right inside, but there's really nice defense. Can Indiana do anything? No, they cannot. 1-0, period, over. 2-0 Michigan. Michigan, 10 shots, 2 penalty corners. Indiana, 0 shots, 0 penalty corners, 0 on the scoreboard. We will be right back with the third period in just a moment. So, Coby, as we're saying, right? Indiana, no offense. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's because they know that Michigan is the better team. You see sometimes, let's say, in the like the Champions League in soccer, for example, like if they know the team they're playing is way more effective, they will sit their defenders back and really only have a few people generating offense, and that really seems to be what what Indiana is trying to do here. They've only had one real chance, that was with like 10 seconds left. It was like 1v4 in the box, which is not a very high percentage chance, but Indiana is really kind of playing not to lose. They really need to be a lot more aggressive and start hitting these long passes. I mean, the long passes haven't been working though, so they need to try to retain possession for a lot longer, because Michigan is just dominating the time of possession here.
Well, reached halftime now through 2 periods in this game, 2-0 Michigan. With that, Coby and I will take a little bit of a break, so please sit tight with us. We'll be back in exactly 7 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Feel free, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, get something to eat or drink, and we will be back in exactly 7 minutes. You're listening to WCBN Sports, Michigan, Indiana Field Hockey. Thank you, and stay right there. Welcome back, everybody, to Michigan versus Indiana field hockey here on WCBN Sports. My name is Jake Singer. I'm here with Coby Segal. Coby, currently Michigan's winning 2-0 at the end of halftime. So they've been a complete dominant affair to this point. Michigan 11 shots on goal, 4 penalty corners. Indiana 0 shots on goal, 0 penalty corners, and of course a big goose egg on the scoreboard. So it's been a complete domination by the Michigan offense and defense against this Indiana team who came into this game 8-6. Just Michigan ranked number 9 in the country. What have you seen that has allowed, honestly, Michigan to be so dominant, but partly also why has Indiana not been able to generate any offense whatsoever?
Well, because Indiana is being very passive. They have sit back and kind of just waited for Michigan to attack them, and that's what's been happening. They have 11 shots, 4 corners. Indiana has 0. They have 1 maybe kind of scoring chance at the very end. That was 1-on-4. But yeah. So let's see how aggressive Indiana is now.
Michigan and Indiana swap sides here. Michigan in their maize tops, blue pants. Indiana in their red tops, black pants. At the start of the second half now, Michigan will be moving from left to right from our vantage point, Indiana right to left, and a speaker in goal from Michigan with Arbor Loveridge of Indiana in goal for themselves as well. We are just getting ready for Michigan to take possession here and start the second half of this game. It's been a beautiful day to this point. More people are coming as the minutes go on. Stands are getting a little more packed. As I said, it's fall break, so a lot of students are trying to leave and go home, but there is a Michigan-Penn State football game tomorrow, so it's a big 5 versus 10 matchup, so you also have a lot of Michigan fans coming in. As Michigan sends it on into Indiana territory, out of play, Indiana has possession inside their own 25. They will be starting in their own corner, with Michigan being able to attack and defend in a pretty good way. I think that was a good strategy by Michigan. Although they could start with possession, they want to make it a lot more difficult for Indiana, so they're going to pin them in their own corner, play all the defenders there, swarm them, and not let Indiana generate any sort of offense, and have a lot more of a wider opportunity to start their offensive prowess.
And they just had a really long pass, and that's the first one they've kind of completed, so Indiana's starting to get something going here.
Indiana now sending it out. They start with possession here on the left-hand side. Number 8, Kylie Dawson, sends it inside to number 15, Yip Van Wonderen of Indiana, but Apula is there for Michigan to stop the offensive break, and Apula gets the ball right back for Michigan. We will have Pilar Olivaros start with the ball for Michigan now. Olivaros, top of her own 25, kind of throws it in there into Indiana's territory, and nothing happens of it. Indiana has the ball back. Number 8, Kylie Dawson now starts it out for Indiana. Whistle on Apula. Number 12 of Indiana, Julie Huffer, went to the ground. Nothing came of it, though, and Indiana just has the ball right back. Van Wonderen of Indiana tries to just set it up for her own teammates. Apula takes it right back in their own zone. No offense really was generated. No harm, no foul. Catherine Peterson tries to do something with the ball.
Indiana's doing a little bit better job here. They definitely controlled possession a lot more. I like their aggressiveness. They only have one defender really back here, so they're being very aggressive. I love it, actually.
Number 8, Kylie Dawson, tries to send it inside Michigan's own 25, generate any form of offense whatsoever, and cannot. Abby Tamer gets the ball back. Abby Tamer, nice stick work there, just trying to get around number 28, Sophia Arabella Garcia of Indiana, and gets it now to Apula of Michigan. Apula sending it behind her to number 15, that is Rosie Hope. Rosie Hope now has the ball for Michigan on the right-hand side of Indiana's 25, deflected out of bounds on number 4, Sydney Keld of Indiana, and Michigan will retain possession here. Katie Anderson trying to get it out now to Rosie Hope. Rosie Hope starting with the ball at the top of Indiana's 25 right-hand side. Back to Anderson now in the corner. Anderson tries to go the long way around the Indian defenseman and does not, but there was a whistle, and she retains possession now. Katie Anderson trying the same way, not working, tries to go back, working around it. No one is there, though, and Indiana just tries to set it out, but does not find anybody on the team. Gets it right back for Michigan.
Yeah, Indiana has been a little bit more aggressive. They do have a runner up top to try to affect the defense. It looks like it's number 25, the sophomore Maggie Carter. She's been kind of the top of the key enforcer to try to give Michigan less time up top.
Michigan now trying to generate some more offense. Getting inside to Zorilla. Zorilla trying to get to Tamer. Tamer tries to deflect it in the goal and goes right over the goal. Shooting opportunity there for Abby Tamer. Probably her best look of the day, but just goes above the goal. Out of play. Indiana has possession.
And Kylie Dawson there was a great deflection.
Claire Taylor bringing it back inside from Michigan. Nice defense there by her to get the ball back. And she takes a shot, gets deflected. Indiana has possession. Goes out on Sarah Pertek of Michigan. And Michigan will have to be back on the defensive end. Rosie Hope gets the whistle. High sticking on the Indiana player. Michigan gets it inside now to the 25. Abby Tamer with a turner around shot just left of the goal. Just didn't put enough power or juice on that ball, but another scoring opportunity there for Michigan's leading goal scorer, Abby Tamer.
That was so close for 10th goal this season. Just couldn't get it there.
Zorilla bringing it back inside to Indiana's 25, but gets taken away from her. Going the opposite direction now for Indiana, right-hand side. But Michigan takes it right back. Michigan getting it to Pilar Olivaros to Rosie Hope.
Michigan being very patient here, but I do like the aggressiveness from Indiana, forcing Michigan into tough passes, and now they have the ball.
It appears, Michigan's right now leading Indiana 13 shots to 0 shots, 2-0 in this game, 4 penalty quarters, 0 penalty quarters, but it's only 2-0. And I feel like just despite Indiana being completely blown out of the gate here on the stat sheet, they're still very much in this game, and one wrong pass and one strong offensive possession there for Indiana, they're right back in it.
Yes, and that is the benefit of staying back and kind of like making Michigan move the ball around in your own zone, because while they're going to possess the ball longer, the scoring chances, while there might be more, they're not going to be as good. So that is the benefit Indiana's played. But again, they have had no offense so far.
Shadows now looming over Ocker Field. Field is very wet, but we had figured out it is not because of rain. It is because they actually tried to wet the field between every timeout, every change of possession before and after games. They like to keep the pitch wet because the ball glides quicker, and it's really interesting because we're just seeing water splat up with every step all these players are taking. There is a whistle. Try to get a high pass in there for Indiana. Guess what? The stick went too high. Illegal play there. Michigan has possession. Abby Tamer in the right-hand corner, trying to get inside, weaving her way, and it goes out of bounds, but it is off of an Indiana player, and Michigan retains possession at the top of Indiana's 25. Number 20, Claire Taylor, now takes the ball.
I mean, I wonder what happens, like, if you were to get hit in the face by one of these passes. I mean, this ball is
hard.
Like
it's a hard ball.
Hard.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's like maybe harder than a baseball.
Ooh, fast break chance there for number 6, Megan Dillon of Indiana, but takes a hard fall. I don't know if that was a trip or a slip, but it looked as if she was on skates and just took a really big dive and completely killed the fast break opportunity for Megan Dillon. Indiana has the ball now.
I think it was a combination of maybe a little trip, but I mean, it is wet. Very wet.
Sophia Arabola Garcia now sends it to number 8, Kylie Dawson of Indiana. Kylie Dawson tries to send it inside to Megan Dillon, and there is a whistle. Nice defensive possession there for Michigan. Abby Tamer trying to set it to Apula. Apula trying the stop and start technique, trying to get around Sophia Arabola Garcia of Indiana, and she succeeds. Michigan has the ball now on the left-hand side of the pitch. Now sending it back towards the middle. Nice stick work there by Claire Taylor. Claire Taylor now sending it inside to Erin Riley. Erin Riley with her back to the 25. Michigan is just trying to take some time off the clock, but also trying to gain their offensive playbook here. Serena Brimacombe for Michigan sends it inside the 25. Brimacombe to 27. Catherine Peterson. Catherine Peterson to Apula. Quick scoring opportunity there for Michigan, and it gets taken away by number 23. That is Lara Mortz of Indiana. Nice defensive work there to prevent another Michigan shot and possibly goal.
Mortz had a couple nice defensive plays here in the last few minutes, and she is going at it with Erin Riley. Surprise, no penalty. Erin Riley is laughing because
Lara Mortz and Erin Riley, they are laughing at each other. Mortz looks pissed. Riley smiling, knowing she got the upper hand there. We'll have to keep an eye on that because there is a little bit of battle brewing, some shoving, some pushing. You can tell that given the later part of the game, both teams are recognizing they need to gain some offensive work fast because, especially for Indiana, with no shots on goal to this point, they can't generate anything. And the more time that passes, the less time opportunity they'll have. Apula now trying to bring inside the 25. Apula to Erin Riley now. Erin Riley sends it inside to Peterson. Peterson working with the ball. Peterson on the right-hand side. Peterson sends it to Laura Clark. Laura Clark tries to go around the corner here on the right-hand side. Cannot get around the Indiana defenders. That is Sophia Arabella Garcia. We've been saying her name a little bit more this period. But she overpasses Kylie Dawson on her own team. And Michigan will have the ball once again. Number 29, Serena Brimacombe, will take it and send it back out to the side for Michigan. Brimacombe sends it inside, just overpasses Catherine Peterson. Indiana takes the ball right back. Sydney Keld with the turnover. Sydney Keldo turns it right back over to Michigan to Bryn Zarilla. Bryn Zarilla on the left-hand side now, trying to get inside Indiana's 25, goes through two Indiana defenders and cannot get around them. But Apula's right there for the deflection, and she sends it back out to her Michigan counterpart. That is Catherine Peterson tries to get into Erin Riley, gets deflected preliminarily, but Erin Riley is able to retain position, gets it into Alana Richardson, too far for Richardson on the right-hand side, and it's out of bounds. Indiana possession. A lot of stuff going on right now in this game. Still nothing generating much offense. A lot of time spent in Indiana's 25, but Indiana can't seem to do anything, and Michigan can't seem to get many shots on goal as they're still sitting at 13 currently.
Both teams have been looking pretty frustrated with the refs here. A little bit earlier, the entire Indiana team almost stopped playing because they were yelling at the refs.
Quick shot, and it's a goal for Michigan. Katie Anderson sitting at the top of the circle, gets the pass from Catherine Peterson, shoots it in, right-hand side of the goal. There's nothing you can do if you're Arabella Loveridge of Indiana. 3-0 Michigan here with 3:53 left in the third period.
And she had just come in the game for Nina Poole, and the move for Michigan pays off. 3-0, getting a little bit closer to showing how dominant Michigan has been. 3-0 doesn't really tell the whole story, but
it has been utter domination here by Michigan. Michigan 14 shots on goal, 4 penalty corners, 3 total goals. Indiana 0s across the board. It has been domination. Michigan's been passing well. It seems that they should have more goals right now. That's the only thing I would say about this Michigan team. They have been playing really well. Most of the time possession in this game has been spent inside Indiana's 25 around the attack circle. It's just they've only been able to score 3 goals. Now they've been withholding Indiana to score 0, so of course it's been very beneficial to Michigan, but still you'd have to think that Michigan still wants to be aggressive here. They don't want to let up the gas because they want to score more. Number 16 now, Kate McLaughlin in the game, trying to get inside the attack circle. Can't find anybody, and it's a turnover there. Indiana possession. That is Sydney Keld will take it out for Indiana with 3:04 now in the third period. Time ticking for Indiana. It'd be very surprising if they ended this game with 0 shots on goal total, but at this current rate, they have had no time spent in Michigan's possession. As I say that, though, Michigan turns it over to number 6, Megan Dillon of Indiana. Indiana has maybe its first opportunity here. Number 12, Julie Huffer, has the ball. Huffer trying to get inside Michigan's 25. Nothing there. Just turns around, retreats, gets it to Sydney Keld at the top of midfield. Keld tries to get into Sofia Arabola Garcia, and it gets turned over. Michigan now going the opposite direction. Nice pass there. Going to number 16, Kate McLaughlin. Kate McLaughlin, right-hand side of the attack circle. Tries to get inside to Tina D'Angelo. Misses her, but Alana Richardson's right there for the pickup. Alana Richardson with the shot, and it just gets deflected out for Indiana's defense. Indiana trying to do anything here with the ball, just getting it out. There's another, there's Erin Riley. Good defense. Number 23, Lara Moritz of Indiana, looks pissed at Erin Riley. They've been jawing back and forth. Erin Riley just took the ball back from Lara Moritz, and Lara Moritz was not happy with that.
They might need to drop the gloves. I don't think they're wearing gloves.
Well, actually, Lara Moritz has a glove on there.
Wow.
She has one glove. So every player has a glove on their stick hand. Indiana now trying to generate something. That's Yip Van Wonderen trying to get inside on the left-hand side of Michigan's 25 and cannot.
That was just an errant pass right there. There's really no chance to hit Kayla Kiewak there.
Michigan, Katie Anderson, just taking her old mosey way to Rosie Hope. Rosie Hope taking inside the 25. Hope to Erin Riley. Erin Riley tries to get inside, and a stick hits Alana Richardson. This will be another penalty corner for Michigan, just turning offensive passing into scoring opportunities by just getting the ball in the attack zone.
Yeah, and this is very key for Indiana right here. I mean, 3-0, yes, is a big deficit, but 4-0 is
a lot more insurmountable.
Yes, a much bigger deficit. So let's see if I think it looks like Pilar Oliveros who scored the first goal.
Oliveros has the ball now, taking it out to the attack zone. You're correct. I mean, my whole point was Indiana 0 shots, right? So they've spent no time in the zone at all, and that's why they can't even generate any penalty corners. Michigan and Pilar Olivares tries to set it in to Brinzarilla. There's a whistle. They will redo it.
Yeah, it looks like Megan Dillon went in early, and now she's going to be sent back to the middle of the field. So that's kind of big for Indiana. Not only
another defenseman.
Three defenders.
Pilar Olivares sending it in. Quick shot there. Brinzarilla sets it up, and it's another goal for Michigan. And who?
I think that was
we're trying to see who that was. I want to say that is number
I think that was
16.
Kate McLaughlin.
Yes, Kate McLaughlin coming off the bench with the deflection goal, making it 4-0 Michigan. 49.8 seconds left in the third period. Sorry, we couldn't see who that was. With the penalty corner, all of Michigan's players were in the same area. We could not see who actually had the deflection. It was a nice setup there by Brinzarilla, a nice set there by Catherine Peterson. Slap shot gets deflected, and Kate McLaughlin's there for the rebound. Just nothing you can do if you're Arabella Loveridge. We've said that for all 4 goals. All 4 of them were not fluke goals. They were very well meticulously timed, and the attacks were perfect. And therefore, Michigan is winning 4-0 here, almost at the end of the third period. A complete domination for Michigan. Brinzarilla trying to get it outside of her own 25. Whistle's called, and she will have possession again. 6-5. Michigan's just going to take this down at the end of the third period, and the horn will sound. Michigan 4, Indiana 0. As I've said now in the last 3 periods, Michigan leading in shots and corners, 15 and 5 respectively. Indiana 0s across the board. Just nothing going on in the Indiana Hoosier offense.
Yeah, and Michigan's out 4 goals. 3 of them are by Kate's or Catherine's. Kate McLaughlin, Kate Anderson, Catherine Peterson. I mean, it's like Michigan's done a great job. I think they've really turned on here. Started a little slow in terms of finishing, but now I think things have been yeah, evening out here. Michigan is really executing a fantastic deflection by Kate McLaughlin. Really tough for the Deanna goalie to stop. I mean, to have that quick reaction time, that's very hard. Literally no chance. Just a great execution by Michigan.
Well, that concludes the third period. We have one more to go, about a minute left, so we're going to take a 1 minute break just so Coby and I can grab some water, and we'll be back in exactly 1 minute for the start of the fourth period. Michigan 4, Indiana 0. Thank you all for bearing with us. Here at the start of the fourth period, Michigan winning 4-0 against Indiana in field hockey. I want to turn over to my friend and partner Coby Segal, allow him to do the play-by-play here in the fourth period, his first time doing play-by-play.
No.
In field hockey, at least.
Hockey, yes.
So
hockey.
I will turn it over to him. Coby, take it away.
So here we go. Indiana started in their own zone. Michigan gathers it, going down the right side. Michigan passes into the circle, broken up by Indiana. Indiana down the left side, trying to get out of their own zone. Great pressure by Michigan. And Michigan intercepts it, but back to Indiana. Indiana has it towards midfield. They're attacking down the left side, and a great interception by Pilar Oliveros, who scored the first goal of this game. Out of bounds. Indiana, long pass on the left side, and they have it just outside the circle here. Michigan has great pressure here, and that's gonna be picked off. Michigan just a long clear, and that's gonna be a foul on Abby Tamer. She had one woman to beat, but it's gonna be a foul, and Indiana's gonna take the ball.
Abby Tamer looks a little frustrated, not being able to get many shots on goal today. Her entire position is, her entire role in this team is to score, but maybe here's one right now.
Yeah, Michigan had it in the box. Great save by the goalie. Indiana's playing very risky right now, which they of course have to do. They've got a little bit more offense going as Michigan has it just past the attack line, and now it into the circle, but it was saved by the Indiana keeper. Back to Sarah Pertek, but it is shot just wide. Now Indiana will take the ball. Indiana giving up a couple big chances here. Indiana has it at midfield, defended by Bryn Zarilla. Great defense by Zarilla to take possession. Indiana has it back at midfield. And here Michigan is. Nina Apola by herself going towards the box. Michigan has it on the right side of the circle, but great defense by Julie Hoofer. But it went a little too far, as it's going to be another penalty quarter as the Indiana defenseman gets the masks on, which I assume is to protect their face from the ball. I think that's very smart.
Another penalty corner for Michigan here, just their 7th of the game. They've scored now 3 of their, I want to say 3 of their 4 goals have been on penalty corners, so great percentages here, and they have another chance right now as number 26, Laura Clark, will take it out for Michigan once again.
Pass to the middle. Michigan shot deflected by Indiana. Shot again, deflected by the goalie, and in. Great rebound goal for Michigan. Believe that was Sarah Pertek. 5-0. She had a great chance just earlier, and now she finally gets the goal. 5-0, and you know that actually might be.
That was Laura Clark there. Laura Clark, who set up the penalty corner, gets in on the deflection for the goal. That is her 8th of the year, 2nd on the team, just behind Abby Tamer. Great goal there by Michigan, making it 5-0 with 12:11 left.
I sincerely apologize to Laura Clark and her family for getting that wrong.
I bet they're listening to the broadcast right now. I'm very disappointed with you, Coby. It's getting a little dark out, so it's okay. But the fans are still there, bundled up in their jackets. It's currently 55, so not too bad, but still a little nippy outside.
Yeah. Indiana has the ball around midfield, and they're going to try to move the ball around, try to find openings in the Michigan defense, which they have not gone as far, and that's just a fantastic defensive play by Katie Anderson. Michigan on the attack, Sarah Pertek, but a great defensive play by Indiana. Julie Hoofer. Indiana has that midfield. Attacking down the right side as Michigan's not allowing the middle of the field. That's going to be off the foot of one of the Michigan players. Indiana has it again. Passing it through the middle, trying to find an opening, but they cannot. Great defensive play by Laura Clark as Sarah Pertek was open, but just too long of a pass. Now Indiana gathers it in their own zone.
It's getting a little chilly out now. Michigan just trying to find any sort of offense. Despite winning 5-0, they have not taken their foot off the gas. Indiana just still 0 shots to this point. If they get shut out on shots, it'll be very embarrassing for them. And I definitely, if I was the coach of Indiana after this game, I would have a strong talk with my team and have to rethink my entire offensive structure.
A players-only meeting might be needed.
Definitely be some changes around there in Bloomington after this game if they continue to get shut out in shots, let alone goals.
Yeah, Michigan had it into the box. A kick saved by the Indiana goalkeeper. Indiana attacking down the right side, but nothing really going. Not much of a threat. It was a 4-on-2 in favor of Michigan.
Michigan just trying to control possession here. You don't have to do anything too much. Don't really want to give some careless turnovers. Just control the ball, keep it inside Indiana's 25, which is exactly what they're doing. Still press on defense, and just make it difficult for Indiana at all to do anything. I know Marsha Pancratz, the coach of Michigan field hockey, has to be implored and very excited about this defense, not only the offense, but especially the defense today for this Michigan team. Like, as I said, they had lost this heartbreaker game to Maryland, number 2 in the country. They come back. They beat Rutgers. They're ranked number 9th right now, but in field hockey, you just got to be ranked pretty high in order to have any sort of chance. Michigan ranked number 2 in the country last year when they lost to Harvard in the NCAA tournament here in Ann Arbor. So the higher you're ranked, the better chance you have in the NCAA tournament. You don't want to see UNC anytime soon. So as we're getting kind of now towards later in the season, it's important for Michigan to have these games, especially against Big Ten teams, and assert their dominance over these teams.
You know, so Indiana's no slouch. So in RPI, I mean, nobody really knows how that works in any sport, but Indiana's ranked 24th in RPI. So this is still a very impressive win. And oh my, I mean, Kate McLaughlin, 2 straight balls to the foot, and I know she is in pain, but she looks like she's very tough, very hard ball out there, but that's why she is one of the best players on Michigan's team.
That was like a Scott Sterling play, if I've ever seen a Scott
Sterling,
yeah. Yeah, Kate McLaughlin taking 2 balls right to the foot, but bounces right back up, does not take herself out of the game. She says, "No, coach, I'm here to stay. I'm going to finish this game." And there's a nice dive stop there by Erin Riley. What are we watching right now?
I mean, full effort. She looks to be a little shaken up. Like that was like a belly flop. I mean, at least the ground's wet. I guess that helps a little, but still has to hurt a bit. But I love to see the all-out effort from Michigan, even being up 5-0. Pretty comfortable lead. Michigan attacking down the left side. Indiana trying to hustle back. Michigan just outside the box. Left side of the circle. Looking for a man inside, but defensive play by Indiana, and it's going to be just out of bounds, just inside the 25. Catherine Peterson to take it, but that's going to be out of bounds on Michigan. Indiana attempted a long pass to the middle field, interrupted by Michigan. Erin O'Reilly, another fight with Lara Martz, and
they are eyeing each other down. This is a very fun thing to watch.
This is an intense rivalry.
Lara Martz walking right up to Erin Riley saying, Erin Riley's like, "Nope, I've been winning this battle all day. This has been fascinating to watch. I didn't know there was these kind of battles in field hockey."
You know, field hockey is very intense. Indiana flips it down the field. No trouble for Michigan to gain possession, but a lost ball by Michigan. That's going to be Indiana's ball. Meredith Lee is going to take it out, or rather Anna Mozaleski.
About 6 minutes now left here in the fourth period. Michigan up 5-0. Interesting whistle. It appears actually now that Indiana will be changing goalies.
Wow.
Nina Faupel is coming in. They've had enough, unfortunately, of Arabelle leverage. Just nothing you can do with your leverage here. A lot of ricochet scoring, deflections, but nonetheless, Indiana decides to make a change. Head coach Caleb Bashor says, "Nina Faupel, you're in goal now. See if you can finish this out for us."
Yeah, I don't think this is we're taking you out because you're doing bad. I mean, it's those goals I don't think were on her, because I mean the Indiana defense was just getting absolutely dominated the whole game, like in her zone. Indiana finally has the ball here into the Michigan circle, but that's just deflected out of bounds.
Appears Anna Speaker actually had to make her first move defensively of the game,
Yeah.
just skipping towards the ball to make sure the ball didn't creep itself in the goal.
I still think that counts as a shot.
It does not. It is not being counted as a shot. Anna Speaker, just as I said a little earlier, having a front row seat to the action. Her defense has been lights out for her all game. She's not had to defend a single shot this entire game, and Michigan's just been able to control all the time possession within the Indiana zone and inside the Indiana striking circle.
Let's see if Indiana can get one shot here. Journey to one.
Journey to one. I like that. Yes, let's see if Indiana can get one shot here. It has been dominant is a word for it, but I feel like that's not even doing it justice.
Yeah, no. Just, I mean, a barbaric performance by Michigan.
Goes out of bounds now. Indiana just cannot generate anything. Michigan, whether it's Indiana's offense or Michigan's defense, it's kind of a mixture of both, honestly. Michigan's defense is pretty good, but Indiana just has not been hitting any of their passes all game. It appears that any time they generated any sort of break or just trying to get the ball inside Michigan's 25, there's a miscue and they cannot hit one of their own players, and it goes out of play every time.
Yes, and here Indiana is getting a little closer to the box. They're inside the box, shot on goal, and a great save by the goalie. Wow. I mean,
Let's see if they count that a shot. I want to say it was, but Anna Speaker came out of her own little box to make a slide tackle block.
and it's a shot.
Oh, I
Repeat,
apologize.
we
Anna
have
Speaker
a
was
shot.
taken out.
And that's another shot and a save by Anna Speaker. We got 2 shots. 3 shots now. Wow. I mean,
Kaylee McMahon actually in goal for Michigan. We did not even realize the substitution
Wow.
being made. We apologize.
Yes.
But Kaylee has had 3 nice blocks here. Nice saves for Michigan here in the 4th period with 3 minutes left to keep Indiana out of the scoring column. Michigan leading Indiana 20 shots to 3 to this point.
And Nina Paulo going through the Indiana defense. Tina Dianjanel pass to Lionel Richardson inside the circle. Broken up by Anna Mozaleski, but that looks like it's going to be another penalty corner for Michigan. Let's see if Michigan can put a 6th spot on Indiana.
Michigan now. This will be their 8th corner opportunity. Indiana 0. Tina D'Angelo.
Tina D. Angelel, as Ian just said.
Nice emphasis there on the D.
Angela. And let's see who she passed to. Does she go middle? Does she go far side? And she goes to the middle. Stopped by Michigan and in past the goalie. That is Pilar Oliveros, I believe, on the shot.
Let's see if it was a deflection.
I
we
think that
believe
might
it
have
was
been a
Pilar
deflection.
Oliveros, but there could have been a deflection there, so bear with us on who actually will get the goal. But a nice opportunity there. Michigan's been taking advantage of their penalty corners all game long, and that's just another result of it, making it 6-0 for Michigan.
I mean, this is an incredible performance by Michigan in the penalty corners, going right to the middle. Fantastic stop by Nina Apola in a shot by Pilar Oliveros. It is Tina D. Angelel with the goal. Assist from Pilar
Tina
Oliveros.
D'Angelo made that ball look like its own baby. Just getting it in the goal there. Rock the bed.
See if
There's
this can get
nothing
another one.
Indiana could do despite changing goalies.
And Nina Apula this game has been fantastic at stick handling, making smart plays, weaving around the defense, getting it to her teammates. Great job transitioning from offense to defense as Indiana's attacking once again down the right side into the 25, broken up by Lindsay Stagg of Michigan. Got a foot race between Caitlin Clark and the Indiana defense. That's going to be, Tran of Michigan, who is going to pass it back to the Michigan defense. Looks like they're just going to pass it around maybe. See if Maggie Carter of Indiana, and there's Lair Mortz once again making an aggressive play, but it's called a foul. Michigan has it down the right side. Another foul on Lair Mortz. Looks to be very frustrated this game.
Gonna be Tran, another South Quad alum.
Wow. South Quad alum. 2 South Quad alums on the broadcast for you as well.
All would hang out in the 5th floor lounge doing our homework together last year. Nice community bonding experience, and now they are both playing extremely well on the pitch.
Great stick handling by Sarah Burima Coby, as she is flanked by 2 Indiana defenders. Looks to just be wasting time here. Really, no need to do anything. Let's see if Indiana can get one last attack going.
Kaylee McMahon just camping out on her own goal. Indiana looks like they just want to go home after a 6-0 defeat. Don't really want to make it 7, but
wow.
another
There's a
hit.
hit.
Oh my
There's a
God,
hit.
Aaron Riley is so physical in this game.
Wow.
completely collides with number 20. I want to say 25,
Yeah,
Maggie Carter.
Maggie Carter, I think, might have hit Aaron O'Reilly in the side with her head. She was holding her head. I mean, that was a big hit. Aaron O'Reilly not shaken up.
Maggie
Did
Carter.
not even flinch there.
Surprised Maggie Carter didn't go to concussion protocol for that one.
Yeah.
But as time now will run out for Indiana, Michigan wins 6-0. Just an utter domination by Michigan. Really big conference win for Michigan, too.
Yes.
That makes it 4 in a row, 3 in a row in the conference after losing to number 2 Maryland. Really helps with seeding, really helps with rankings. And as we're getting the second half of the season, it'll be imperative that Michigan continues to play at this high level if they want a high seed in the Big Ten and then NCAA tournaments.
Yes, and they moved to 8-4 on the season. And, this is great. They won this game, but they got to have a short memory. Enjoy this win for today, but they got to lock in for Sunday. Number 5 Iowa. You got 3 Big Ten teams ranked in the top 5. Number 5 Iowa is one of them. This is going to be a huge game. I am going to be on the call 12 o'clock noon, October 16th. Be there, listen, watch, whatever. But, it's a huge game on Sunday.
Well, Coby, thank you so much for doing this broadcast with me. This was a blast to do. Thank you all for listening. As I said, Michigan final score here against Indiana, 6-0. Michigan 21 shots to Indiana's 3. 7 penalty corners for Michigan to Indiana's 0. So for Coby, Segal, my name is Jake Singer. Thank you all for tuning into the broadcast on WCBN Sports. As always, I wish you all a good night and go blue.